Hey everyone, it's me, JV, and we are in week 23. And this week, our verse comes from James 3:16. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. James 3:16. Live without selfishness. So I thought this would be a good follow-up to our live without envy. Um, now I think it's the Enneagram. If you know about that, it's the 1 through 5 kind of personality thing. I'm a number 2 on the Enneagram, which means I'm a natural helper, which actually with a lot of my other tests and things about my personality, even though I took that test like 5 times at different times because I was like, I'm not a 2. I'm not a 2. I don't know why I tried to fight it so hard because everyone's like, yeah, you're definitely a 2. So, but I did. I just tried to fight it so hard because it's like, just seem like the person who's always like helping and trying to help and this and that and the other. But that is me, and because I think because of that, I tend to not really have a huge problem with selfishness. Sometimes I can be selfish, but it's not something that most people who knew me wouldn't say she's a really selfish person. Because of that, it seems that I will a lot of times attract relationships or friendships with people who are really selfish because one, I allow them to be because I'm not, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And just kind of the way that whole like opposites attract kind of thing. And typically, it doesn't bother me too much because um, I'm like one of those pick your battle kind of things. But for a lot of people, this is a big issue. I do have a few friendships that this has become an issue in to the point where I didn't really want to be friends with them as much because of the fact that it seemed they were just like everything was about them. And no one wants to be in a relationship where they feel like everything is about the other person. It's just not healthy because a friendship is about give and take. It's about push and pull. And if you don't have that, it's hard. Um, this is one that I think sometimes can be tricky because the person who is truly selfish a lot of times don't even see themselves as being selfish, and so the people that are around them and the relationships that they're in are being ruined by this, and a lot of times they don't even see it. They may have heard people say before, "Oh, you're so selfish," but it hasn't clicked into them that this is something that they really need to deal with or to address and just kind of take take stock and go, maybe I am being a little bit selfish in this moment. And I think that some people think that if you're not selfish, if you don't look out for yourself, then you're going to be a doormat. But I think there's a happy medium where you look out for yourself, but you're not looking out to yourself so much to the point that you step on everyone else to get to where you're going. Um, so that's kind of my kind of take on selfishness, and it is something that can cause a lot of disagreements in relationships and friendships. It can cause a lot of um, hard feelings towards the other person, especially if the person who is not selfish have it has trying to find it, not a fear, but more of they don't want to just come out and say, hey, you're being selfish. And so instead, they just hold in that resentment instead of approaching the person and saying, hey, you know, in this situation, you're kind of being a little bit selfish. So I think this is a great one to add. I think this is something that we can all work on. So we are going to live at peace, in strength, with faith and perseverance, without complaining, to listen, without anger, without fear, with patience and love, with humility, with joy, at rest, with integrity, with compassion and kindness, with self control, with wisdom, with hope, with forgiveness, with gentleness, without envy, and without selfishness. So, until the next time I see you, live without selfishness.